You hear it before you see it. A buzz. High-pitched, mechanical, wrong. Like a wasp the size of a toaster oven decided today was your day to die. Then comes the explosion. Small, precise, and absolutely devastating. There's no air raid siren, no warning system, no action movie countdown. Just a piece of consumer technology that someone strapped a grenade to, and now it's hovering 50 feet above your head, making decisions about your future. Drones aren't science fiction anymore. They're not even military exclusive. They're in Ukraine, Gaza, Myanmar, Sudan. They cost less than a used Honda, and they're turning civilians into statistics every single day. Welcome to modern warfare, where death comes with a 4K camera and a lithium battery. But here's the thing about drone strikes. They're survivable. Not easily, not comfortably. But if you know what you're doing, if you can override the very human instinct to freeze and stare at the sky like a confused deer, you might just make it to tomorrow. No politics, just survival. Let's get into it. Before you can survive something, you need to understand what's trying to kill you. And drones aren't one thing. They're a buffet of airborne nightmares. Type 1, surveillance drones. These aren't here to kill you directly. They're here to find you, mark your position, and call in something that will. Think of them as the waiter who takes your order before the chef serves you a 155mm artillery round. If you see one watching, you're already in trouble, even if it never fires a shot. Type 2, loitering munitions, also called kamikaze drones, suicide drones, or that thing that won't stop circling. The Shahed, the Lancet, the Switchblade. These are designed to hover, identify a target, and dive directly into it, like a very committed flying bomb. You won't outrun them, don't try. Type 3, modified commercial drones. This is the garage level apocalypse. A DJI Mavic with a grenade duct taped to its belly. An FPV racing drone piloted by someone who spent way too much time on simulators. Cheap, quiet, horrifyingly effective. In Ukraine, these account for thousands of casualties. Your nephew's Christmas present is now a weapon of war. Type 4, swarms. Still emerging, but militaries are developing coordinated attacks using dozens or hundreds of small drones at once. Overwhelming, nearly impossible to counter individually. If you see this in your lifetime, I'm sorry. The point? Different drones, different problems. A surveillance quad and a diving Lancet require different responses. Know which one's hunting you before you decide how to not die. You can't dodge what you don't detect. And drones are hard to spot, but not impossible. Your body came equipped with sensors. Time to use them. Sound. Your ears are your first line of defense. Most small drones produce a distinct, high-pitched whine, like an angry bee that skipped leg day. FPV drones are louder, angrier. Learn that sound. In conflict zones, people develop an instinct for it. The buzz becomes a trigger. Hear it, move. Don't think, don't analyze, move. The bad news. Larger military drones fly higher and quieter. By the time you hear a Lancet in its dive, it's often already committed to ruining your day. So sound is early warning, not guaranteed warning. Visual scanning. Look up. Regularly. Obsessively. Especially at dawn and dusk, when drones are harder to spot against the sky, but operators love to deploy them. Look for movement against clouds. Silhouettes that don't belong. Birds that don't flap. If it's hovering, it's not a bird. Shadows. On sunny days, a drone's shadow can betray it before you see the drone itself. The ground tells you things the sky won't. Pay attention to it. Technology. If you're in a prolonged conflict zone, there are RF detection apps and devices that can pick up drone control signals. Drone Watcher, aeroscope signals. SDR setups for the technically inclined. These require preparation, power, and aren't always practical, but they exist. Community networks. In Ukraine, civilians use Telegram channels to report drone sightings in real time. Crowdsourced early warning. Hundreds of eyes are better than two. If you're in an area with active drone threats, plug into whatever communication network exists. Your neighbors might save your life before your ears do. The bottom line: earlier detection equals more options. A 3-second head start is the difference between cover and coffin. You hear it. You see it. Now what? Step 1. Don't freeze. The instinct to stop and stare is strong. Your monkey brain wants to assess the threat, identify it, understand it. Your monkey brain is trying to get you killed. Override it. Movement is life. Step 2. Get off the X. The X is military shorthand for the kill zone, wherever you're standing when the threat appears. That spot is bad. Leave it immediately. Move laterally if you can. Drones, especially FPV types, are piloted in real time by someone watching a screen. They're tracking you. Make yourself a harder target. Don't run in a straight line. Don't make it easy. Step 3. Find hard cover. This is where people die because they don't understand the difference between cover and concealment. Concealment hides you. Cover stops shrapnel. A bush is concealment. A concrete wall is cover. Know the difference. Here's your cheat sheet. Concrete walls, good cover. Engine blocks of vehicles, cover. Brick buildings, cover. Thick trees, maybe, depends on the tree. Car doors, not cover. Drywall, absolutely not cover. Wood fences, concealment only. Bushes, you might as well hide behind a thought and a prayer. If a drone is diving, you have seconds. Get behind something solid. Get low. Protect your head and neck. Your torso has organs that can take some punishment. Your brain does not. Step 4. Get inside if possible. Drones hate indoors. Doorways, stairwells, basements. GPS gets wonky. Cameras lose line of sight. Most commercial drones can't navigate interior spaces effectively without crashing into walls. A building isn't impenetrable, but it turns you from an easy target into a complicated problem. Step 5. If caught in the open, go flat. Counterintuitive. But if there's no cover and a strike is imminent, hitting the ground reduces your profile. You're shorter. You're smaller. The blast's fragmentation pattern spreads horizontally, and you've just minimized how much of you is in its path. Go prone. Cover your head with your arms. Open your mouth slightly. That last part sounds weird, but it equalizes pressure in your skull and protects your eardrums from the overpressure wave. Physics doesn't care if it looks stupid. Where you move matters as much as how fast you move. The sky is watching. Act like it. Rule 1. Avoid open spaces. Plazas, parking lots, wide streets, fields, soccer pitches. These are kill zones. Drones have cameras, some have thermal imaging. If you're exposed, you're visible. If you're visible, you're targetable. Stay out of the open like your life depends on it, because it does. Rule 2. Use overhead cover. Trees, awnings, covered markets, parking structures, overpasses, anything that breaks line of sight from above. You're not hiding from ground level threats anymore. You're hiding from the sky. Adjust your thinking accordingly. Rule 3. Move unpredictably. If you must cross open ground, don't walk in a straight line at a constant speed like you're on a moving sidewalk at the airport. Vary your pace. Change direction. Stop, start, make the operator's job harder. You're not trying to outrun the drone. You're trying to be an annoying target that's not worth the munition. Rule 4. Travel during bad weather. Heavy rain grounds many small drones. Fog limits cameras. High winds make stabilization difficult. Darkness helps, though some military systems have thermal and night vision. Weather isn't a guarantee, but it shifts the odds. If you need to move through dangerous areas, a thunderstorm is your friend. Rule 5. Break your patterns. If you walk the same route at the same time every day, congratulations, you've just made yourself predictable. In conflict zones, pattern of life analysis is how targets are selected. Someone watches, someone records, someone waits. Randomize your movements, leave at different times, take different routes. Be boring to surveil. You can't armor yourself against a direct hit. Let's be clear about that. If a drone decides you're the target and succeeds, no jacket is saving you. But most drone casualties aren't direct hits. They're fragmentation, shrapnel, the angry metal confetti that follows an explosion, fragmentation protection. Most drone-delivered munitions kill through shrapnel, tiny pieces of casing or added material that turn into projectiles. A heavy jacket won't stop a blast, but it might stop a fragment. In conflict zones, people use plate carriers if they can get them. Military surplus is your friend. Helmets, critical for protecting the thing you actually need to survive, your brain. Even improvised solutions, thick leather, layered fabric, sports padding. You're not trying to become invincible. You're trying to survive the edges of an explosion, not the center. Sheltering in place. If you're in a structure during an attack, move to interior rooms. Away from windows, away from exterior walls. Glass becomes shrapnel. Exterior walls take the hit. Basements are ideal. Underground parking. Anywhere below ground level puts dirt and concrete between you and the blast. If you're in a multi-story building, lower floors are safer from aerial strikes. Higher floors make you closer to the boom. Vehicle considerations. Cars are not bunkers. If you're driving and detect a drone, stop if you can. A moving vehicle is easier to track than a stationary one. Exit and find hard cover if time permits. The car is concealment. The ditch beside the road might be better cover. If you can't exit, get low in the vehicle. Below the window line, behind the engine block if possible, and pray the explosion happened. You're still conscious. Congratulations, the survival clock is still ticking. Don't rush in immediately. Secondary strikes are real. Some operators wait for first responders to gather, then hit again, double tap. It's cruel, it's effective, and it happens. Wait, observe, scan the sky for additional threats before you expose yourself. Heroism that gets you killed helps no one. Assess yourself first. Adrenaline is a liar. It masks injuries like a con artist masks tells. You might have shrapnel in you and not feel it yet. Check yourself. Run your hands over your body. Look for blood. Feel for wet spots. Pay special attention to your torso and thighs. Femoral bleeds kill fast, and you might not notice one until you try to stand and the world goes gray. Tourniquets save lives. If you're in a conflict zone, carry a tourniquet. Learn how to use it before you need it. High and tight on a limb, 2 to 3 inches above the wound. Twist until the bleeding stops. It will hurt a lot. That's how you know it's working. Mark the time. Sharpie on the skin. Blood on the wall. Whatever. You've got about 2 hours before tissue starts dying. Control bleeding. Direct pressure. Find the cleanest cloth available. Press hard. Don't peek. If it soaks through, add another layer on top. Don't remove the first one. You'll tear off the clot. Pack deep wounds if you have to. Push gauze in firmly, starting from the deepest part. You're trying to create internal pressure on bleeding you can't see. Treat for shock, pale skin, racing pulse, shallow breathing, cold sweats, confusion. If you're checking these symptoms on yourself and realize you're confused, that's a very bad sign. Lie down. Elevate legs if no spinal injury. Get warm. Blankets, jackets, body heat from another person. Sip water slowly. Your body is panicking. Help it calm down. Call for help. Whatever emergency infrastructure exists, use it. Even in conflict zones, medical networks operate. Someone might be coming. Hold on until they get there. Here's the truth nobody wants to hear. No amount of preparation makes you drone-proof. These are weapons designed to find and kill people. They're cheap, precise, and getting better every year. The asymmetry is brutal. A $1,000 drone can kill someone who spent 20 years becoming irreplaceable. But survival isn't about being invincible. It's about shifting odds, a few seconds of warning, knowing where to move, understanding that a car door won't save you, but a concrete planter might. Basic medical response when help isn't coming. These margins matter. They're the difference between a statistic and a survivor. For millions of people right now, this isn't theoretical. It's not a YouTube video to watch for entertainment. It's Tuesday. If you're watching from somewhere safe, understand that this knowledge might matter someday. To you, to someone you love, to someone you'll never meet but might help anyway. If you're watching from somewhere that isn't safe, I hope something in here keeps you breathing. Stay aware, stay low, keep moving, and look at you. You watched the whole thing. You learned something. In a world full of threats you can't control, knowledge is the one thing you can carry without it weighing you down. Now get up. There's more to learn, and you're not done yet.